Okay. Can't hear anything, I think, right?
And there you go.
Welcome to another fantastic episode here on Small Business Celebration Meat and Potatoes. Yes, tonight we are live and we are here at Modern Gigi. We are here at Modern Gigi, and our guest this evening is the co-owner of Modern Gigi, Johnny Ramos. Welcome to Small Business Celebrations Meat and Potatoes.
Hello, how's everybody doing?
And you've been on the main show, so this is old hat to you. You know exactly what's coming, all the bad jokes and the games and all the sorts of things. But the thing that's different this time is that we have a segment by producer Emily. There she is. Everybody say hi to producer Emily. Hello. She is there behind the camera, behind the monitors, and you'll be able to see her shortly and get her questions by Emily segment, which we can't wait. But we can't do meat and potatoes here on Small Business Celebration without our presenting sponsor, which is Oliver and Associates. Take it away. At Oliver and Associates Real Estate, we know that buying or selling a home isn't just a transaction, it's a life moment. That's why they're committed to building relationships that last. They take the time to truly understand your needs, your dreams, and your story so they can find you not just a house, but a home. Give Oliver and Associates a call at 661-808-3444 or check them out at yourrealtor.us. That's 661-808-3444 or check them out at yourrealtor.us today. The reason we're here with Johnny today is because Johnny's journey as an artist, yes, you can make money as an artist, right, Johnny?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes, you can.
Tell us how you got started, because this is the crux, the deep dive we're going into tonight here on Meat and Potatoes. How did you first get your artwork known? Actually, you know what? I'm sorry. I forgot to tell people. First of all, what kind of artwork do you do so they have a basic understanding of what kind of art you do?
Well, I do quite a bit of different art. Abstracts, that's my favorite. Then the other thing is photography. Florals, so a lot of contemporary art. Then I also do children's art, to decorate children's rooms. Sculptures. I work with wood, pottery, and I do concrete pottery. That's what I do. And I haven't done that in a while, but that's one thing I do.
Right.
But the one main thing right now is photography and the abstracts.
For visionaries who are wondering if you can make money in the art world, the answer is?
Yes. How
did you get your start in the art world?
Okay, on this one, I'm going to have to go back probably 20 years.
You've been doing this for 20 years?
Yeah, around 25 years.
Wow, congratulations.
And before that, I didn't know what the hell I was going to do as, when it came to art.
Right.
And I remember when I first started, people were making fun of me, saying, oh, poor Johnny. Right. He's going through a midlife crisis. And, but they started taking me serious whenever I traded one of my early paintings for a 1973 Cadillac. And what it was is this little old lady, she was told she was going to die.
Oh no. And
her grandkids started fighting over who's going to get grandma's car. And she was like, none of you are going to get it. I'm going to give it to this artist I met. And I remember me and a friend of mine, we went over her home to go pick up the Cadillac when we finally did the transaction. Oh, they wanted to kill me. And but I wanted to make sure, I wasn't, people knew I wasn't gonna, her family knew I wasn't trying to rip her off or anything. And we're trading artwork for that beautiful Cadillac. And so for 8 years, I drove around in a Cadillac.
And it was one of those that the trunk was so big you could put a body in.
Yeah.
Right.
And I would actually use that to carry, to deliver my artwork. And like a real good example, once I had a client in Palm Springs said, I'll buy the painting, but you have to bring it in that Cadillac.
Right.
Because he wanted the whole presentation. And,
sure.
And I showed up to their home, and I think I talked about the story last time I was here.
Yeah, when you were on the show, right. Yeah, the main show.
I parked on their driveway, and my Cadillac leaked oil. And I remember I was just embarrassed, like, oh my God, I'm gonna have to pay for this concrete to get cleaned.
Right.
They're like, no, the artist did this.
The artist.
They loved it. The oil stain from my old Cadillac, it was leaking oil on there.
How did you get well, growing a business out of town in some ways seems easier than growing it in town for whatever reason. How did you make a name for yourself here in Bakersfield?
Okay, on that one, and it all connects with back around 20 years ago, 25 years ago, hanging around Cafe Med.
Okay.
And I found this little niche, which was all the medical people would hang out there.
Right.
All people, well-to-do people.
Right.
And single doctors would hang out there at Cafe Med.
Single male doctors.
Yes, single. Yeah, that's very important because a lot of them just didn't have style.
Well, describe what their houses or apartments look like typically.
Okay, so there's this one, no names.
Right.
We're friends. But his home was just, and I think I said it before, it was just 2 Porsches in the front yard.
Right.
On their driveway, and
big expensive house.
Yes.
Right.
And just nothing in the house except a Sub-Zero refrigerator, a giant screen television, and all the beer in the world.
Sure.
And that's about it.
A mattress in the corner, basically, right?
Yeah. That's about it.
So they had the big house and the Porsches for show, but when they went inside the house, it was a bachelor pad.
Oh yeah, it was a total bachelor pad.
And first of all, why did they call you, and what did you do for them?
Okay, this is a true story. I had one doctor. He was like, "Look, I have a lot of money. Okay, I just moved to Bakersfield." He moved from by New York, and he was like, "Look, I came to Bakersfield. Oh my God, my money goes so much further here in town."
Sure.
And so I have money. Could you help me, please? And at the time, the show Nip Tuck was really big.
Right.
I want to be that doctor, that main doctor on Nip Tuck.
Right.
And could you decorate my home? Just to make it look like something he would have in his home.
Right.
Okay. So I remember on this several occasions, but this one, I became an interior decorator.
Really?
I was allowed to. We were together looking at furniture, and I was like, "This is what you need for this living room." We ended up getting him 2 Ames chairs, 2 Ames lounge chairs.
Right. As in the architect Ames.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Right.
And then I made paintings to go with those chairs.
Right. And we're not talking about little postcard-sized paintings either.
No. These paintings are kind of like the paintings that are around here right now. I mean, like this one, I actually did a painting for them that was 12 feet long.
Right.
12 feet high by 6 feet wide.
Okay, 12
so
by 6.
So it's actually just like this painting right here, but the other direction.
Right.
And it got to the point where what he was doing was he was rotating the art in his home.
Right.
So when people would show up, they're like, "Oh my God, where'd you get? Last time I was here, you didn't have that."
Right.
So he would use a bedroom, since he had a massive house for himself. That bedroom was a storage unit for my art.
For your art.
So he got the exact same size on all the paintings, and he just would rotate them throughout the house.
And why did he do this? Because was it because he wanted to give the impression that he had wealth, or was it because he was trying to impress somebody or some people?
Impress women.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
He was looking for the future missus.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Did it work?
Actually, it did. He's married now.
Right. So the next question is did you do this for other doctors?
I did.
Wow. And how many? I mean, how long did this go on?
It went on for a good 10 years.
10 years of this?
Yeah, the 10 years. So that means, it always turned into word of mouth. I want a painting just like the other doctor you got.
Oh.
And then it would just, one doctor would get it, and then it would turn into, like, I would call it keeping up with the Jones.
Oh.
Why does he have that many paintings? I want that many paintings.
Right.
And some of them, I did get, I was commissioned to do several paintings and Seven Oaks Grand Islands for several homes. Or a lot of the homes they're all my paintings in those big homes.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you. There's a builder, her name is Allison Oliver, and she builds these big, massive, beautiful homes, estates.
Right.
And whenever somebody gets one of those homes, they usually come to me because I make giant paintings.
Well, and that's the other thing too, is you don't just paint your standard 6 by 9 or 8 by 14, 8 by 17 type size painting. How big do you go?
Okay, the biggest I've ever made, and I got to also think of how am I going to get that painting there?
Oh, you have to actually get it in the building, right?
Yeah, so I have a vehicle, I have a Sprinter, Mercedes Sprinter, where I can fit that painting right there, will actually fit in my van.
Right.
And if it comes to delivering it, what I will do is I will deliver it maybe around 3, 4 o'clock in the morning
Right.
when there's hardly any traffic.
Right.
And even if I have to go to LA, Palm Springs, or down to Pacific Palisades, and because that's where I've delivered these paintings, it'll stick out of my back of my van probably like 4 feet.
Right.
But I get it over there. And so what I'll do is at least 12 feet by 6 feet, and that's the biggest I can go. But the thing is, I've done paintings where I've done frames that big, stand them up, and then make 3 more.
Ah.
So it's a total of, my God, it's 3 frames that
Right.
big. So I can go really big on those frames.
Have you ever been commissioned to do a piece of work that was so large you had to build it and paint it on site?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
And I actually also, that reminds me, when I had one client that, she was paying some good money for it, so she wanted what she wanted. She said, if you throw in just a little more, I can't remember, I think it was blue,
Right.
a little bit more blue on it, it'll be perfect. I was like, oh my God,
That's
it's
the
been
worst thing
dragging
you can tell an
on.
artist is, no, I need more blue in it, guys.
That's what she wanted, so I said, what kind? How do you want it? And she said, just splatter some. So I said, okay, and I wasn't being a smart ass or anything. I said, can I just use your backyard? And she was like, yeah. So I took it to the backyard by the pool.
Right.
I made sure that it was just mainly grass, and in that area I was in. So I got this gallon of Dunn Edwards paint. I got some blue and just flung it on there. And I did get some on the side of the, by the pool on the concrete.
Right.
And I'm glad she didn't notice that until later on, but they were fine with it. But that was it. That's all she wanted on it. And perfect. It was in the summer. So you know how summers are here in Bakersfield.
Right.
Within 30 minutes, it was completely dry. So yeah, I have done that. So that's an extra custom piece at the last minute.
You became known for this artwork and the style that you do, which is, it's called Modern Gigi because you're a big fan of the 60s.
Yeah.
And everything 60s. And that's reflective in a lot of your artwork. But for those of us that cannot afford 3 panels that are, 27 by 100 or whatever
Yeah.
it is, a huge size, you've actually started coming up with something extremely popular right now. It's postcard size.
Yeah.
Good. Can you show us what you've got going on
Yeah.
and explain to Visionary Nation, first of all, what it is, and then why are you doing this?
Well, I'm going to say probably around a year ago, the last couple of years have been just it started slowing down. I wasn't selling as many as the big paintings.
Okay.
Well, that's changed. Right now, it's completely changed. Now I am busy with commissions.
Congratulations.
With big paintings. Finally, it's back.
Right.
And so now that I'm busy with that, but before that, what I was doing was, okay, I got to figure out something else besides my photography. And I came up with an idea, which was postcards.
Okay.
I never thought postcards would sell.
Right.
So I did a few of them. They sold to the point where now, a couple days ago, somebody came in here and bought 30 of them all at once. 20 of them all at once, the day before yesterday.
Right.
So I'm selling big chunks of them. It's just, there are these cards right here.
Well, go ahead and point them into the camera right there.
That camera right there?
Yeah, and show Visionary Nation what you've got going on.
So what I do is they're all hand painted.
You can go ahead and just, there you go. There you go.
So they're all hand painted. And I use let's see, with exterior semi-gloss paint on these. So I mean, they're just basic little, I make everything look very 60s and 70s looking. So right there's grapes, because I have a lot of clients that are farmers, and I started off with doing onions, oranges, apples, and for all these farmers here in town, and there's grapes right there. Bicycles.
Banana, but your banana is pretty famous.
Pardon me?
The banana you have, I don't know if it's in that pile, but I like that fruit.
Yeah, I think I put it back over there.
Well, Visionary Nation, you're just going to have to come down to Modern Gigi and look at it yourself because they're fantastic. But this one that you got here, these look like bicycles.
Yes. Yeah, because I love mountain biking, and I know I have a lot of friends that are into bicycles. Everybody here in town is into bicycles.
Sure.
But yeah, here's some very 70s looking sun. Butterflies, more butterflies, and let's see what else I got here. Owls. So you can see they look very, it's a small world type look.
Whimsical.
There it is, whimsical.
And so, may I ask you something?
Yeah.
Can I commission from you, and I'm asking you live here on camera, would you mind commissioning Small Business Celebration a thank you card in this fashion?
No. No, I can.
Well, we'd appreciate it. So for visionaries out there that do a good deed for us, we're going to get a special commissioned Johnny Ramos postcard thank you card made up. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Now, visionaries, one of the things that our guests for the last year plus of episodes have had the privilege of is way back in the corner while we're going through and doing our conversations and our interviews. Producer Emily has been very dutifully going back, taking notes, and which a lot of you who watch the main show may not know, is that producer Emily listens to the conversation, takes notes, and then she has her own segment of questions by Emily. And the great thing about Emily is that her personality is like 180 degrees opposite of mine in so many regards. And to the point that there have been numerous times where we've gone through and cut my questions out and put hers in. So before we get into the producer Emily segment, I'm going to grill Johnny with a new game that we like to play, the fortune cookie game. Now, the way the fortune cookie game works is I give our contestant, Johnny, a sealed fortune cookie, in which he must open up the fortune cookie, break the fortune cookie open, and take out the fortune, and read the fortune aloud on camera and add, "In my business." And once he's gone ahead and done that, he has to go through and explain how this fortune affects his business. Are you ready?
I think so.
Okay, here is the sealed. Yes, Vision Nation, it's sealed. I have not tampered with it. I do not know what the fortune is. Johnny, open it up, read the fortune, and tell us what it is. I think one of the things I need to add to the show is a drum roll. Okay, he's breaking the cookie open, and what does the fortune say? I need a new pair of glasses.
A change, oh my God, I should brought my glasses. Okay, a change of scenery is just what you need.
So say that one more time, except add "in my business."
A change of scenery is just what you need in my business.
So elaborate on that. How do you need a change of scenery for your business?
It's very colorful in here, and it's never like, oh, that's the same thing. Same thing I saw last time.
Right.
There are some paintings I've had here for a while, because those are the ones I'm keeping.
Right.
But everything else, I'm constantly changing it up in here. I mean, it's every time you come in here, there's more photography in here, more cards, more smaller florals, different color florals. You know, it turns into from going into a lot of red florals, roses, and also now he's doing a lot of orange or blue.
Right.
So the colors are constantly changing in here. It's very colorful in here.
Congratulations, you have successfully won the fortune cookie game. Your reward is the fortune cookie.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay.
I think you would get upset if we threw confetti everywhere because that stuff.
No, it's fine. It's totally fine. It will look great.
While Johnny is going through and enjoying his fortune cookie from the game, we are now going to hear from our sponsor for Questions by Emily.
And Questions by Emily is sponsored by Casdor Consulting Group. Hunting for top-tier talent for your business? Look no further than Casdor Consulting Group. Their mission is to deliver world-class staffing and direct hire services by truly listening to your needs. At Casdor Consulting, it's not just about filling positions, it's about creating a culture of mutual success for both candidates and clients. With unmatched customer service and a commitment to earning your trust, they're redefining the staffing industry one placement at a time. Ready to experience the future of staffing? Visit CasdorConsultingGroup.com or call them at 877-800-4622. That's CasdorConsultingGroup.com or 877-800-4622. And let's build your legacy together. And Questions by Emily is sponsored.
And hello, Visioneers. I am producer Emily. This is Questions by Emily. And I've got questions, and if you do, feel free to drop them in the chat because I'll be monitoring them. And I apologize for my voice. It's a little off today, but I'll try to make it here through and make it so that you can understand me. But, well, I guess we'll open up the chat because we have had many things in the chat thus far. Well, a few comments that your cards should be framed is one comment. Mm-hmm. And that they love the show and your story and art. We have that. And the scenery in your business is awesome.
Thank you.
Those all come from my mom, but she's really excited. And we have Erin who asks, do you teach classes?
I do. Like example, this Saturday I have a class and another one and Valentine's. So I'm trying to do around 2 a month. So with a, like example, like if I have it on a Saturday, it starts at 3 and it usually goes to around 5:30 around there. And there's times I have students that just, they're having a great time, and I'm not one of those that's going to be like, okay, you guys need to start going now, hurry it up. I'm not like that. There's times that I've had classes where they only last an hour and a half to classes that have lasted close to 3 hours.
Because people just get really
People
excited.
just don't want to leave. And like earlier I was explaining, was saying that it's kind of like going into Noriega's, and back when Noriega's was open, you sit there with a complete stranger. By the end of the night, you got a new best friend.
You're all friends and you're having a good time.
Yeah, everybody just talking and talking, and time goes by so quick as they're painting. So
how do people find out about those classes? Where do they go?
And online, they can go onto Instagram is mainly the one where I'm constantly posting when I'm going to have an art class, and Facebook as well. Those are the main ones, and also everywhere else like Cafe Smitten, Trader Joe's. They have a little post that I put on there, and also they're at where your mom works at.
Oh, OsteoStrong, yes.
So OsteoStrong.
There too.
They have, I'll put on the QR code and all the dates and times.
And how do you determine what you're going to do, what you're going to teach?
What I've found out lately is that people, they love doing the florals. And they don't want to get a little too complicated with, because I have some flowers that look a little bit more time consuming. Okay. And I let them choose what colors they want, because there's times, I remember when I first started, we're all going to do red and white flowers, and there's some people that are like, I don't like red. What am I going to do with a red painting? So now what I do, I've learned from that first class, is I give them a choice of what colors they want. And I just teach them step by step and how to do create the painting. And at the same time, we have wine and drinks here and water, and it's
throw a whole party. I know not everybody can see, but there is a really cool bar back there that maybe they can see on the third camera. But it's super cool in here, and I'm sure the ambiance, people like it, and they like coming in.
What I do is I love playing bossa nova music.
Oh, yeah.
And the music is a big part of it, because people get really relaxed, when they're playing. I'm playing that type of music, and to them, they have a lot of people say, I feel like I'm in Palm Springs in the 70s, while we're painting, and with all the color in here, and people enjoy it.
Yeah, well, and do you use your studio space for anything else? One of the questions says, would you rent your space for small parties, photo shoots, meetings? What else is this space used for?
I use it for photo shoots. We used to have weddings here, but it's just, it's very small venues.
How many
but
people
it's
fit?
baby showers
Okay.
and photo shoots. Definitely, I do rent it for that.
And so how many people fit then?
I can fit under 100.
Okay, so you could do a lot of
Yeah, because I have a
sized parties.
backyard as well. And in the backyard, well, I used to do a lot of fishing. I haven't done any fishing this year. But I built an outdoor oven, and we cook out there and during the summer. So it's nice. It's very, it looks like Grandma's backyard back there. And but it's also my studio back there. So it's a mess. I got paint everywhere. And tables where, that's where I do my outdoor painting, especially during the summer.
Yeah.
But in the winter, I work here inside the gallery.
And why is that? Why do you shift from outside to inside? Especially outside in the summer is really hot. I would think you'd want to be inside in the summer.
No, it's perfect because outdoor, what I do is sometimes I do so many paintings. I make it like an assembly line. So I do one coat and I do that one, do the next one, do the next one. Then I start all over again. Now I do the flowers. Or if I'm working on an abstract, I'll do that and I'll walk away from it and go this way. And what I love about summer is if I do a painting and I'm not happy with it, within minutes it's dry.
And you can just...
And I can just paint it white again, then go work on something else and come back again. So
it's because it dries so quickly that it kind of keeps things going along. Oh, that's nice. Well, and then another person asked, is art, or if art is your job, what is your hobby? So when you're not out there doing art and assembly lining it, what are you then doing for fun? You said fishing?
No, I have a thing for tinkering around with my Land Rovers.
Oh.
And photography. Photography is my other, I carry a camera.
But you also do it just for fun.
Yeah.
So the photography in here is really more of a passion than a...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not, I don't feel like I'm my hobby is just, it's all together. It's like I'm constantly creating things, and I just feel like I got to constantly create things.
Yeah.
I feel like not wasting any time not creating something.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's it?
One more.
One more question. I had a question about, so what is the percentage of commissions you're doing versus for fun? Because I'm sure, art, initially it seems like it was just kind of your hobby that you turned into a business. And I know when you do something over and over again as a business, it can easily become less of a hobby and more of a like, okay, I've got to assembly line it and create a whole bunch.
Yeah.
So what is how much of it is commissions that you're doing for people versus this is just me and I want to paint this and this is just for fun? How do you balance that?
Well, the nice thing about with my art, so I'll create art, and what's nice about it is that there's if that person doesn't buy it, somebody else might end up buying it.
Okay.
It's always so I constantly do. I'm not doing the same thing every time. So I'm doing a floral. I'm doing an abstract, a smaller abstract, a bigger abstract. Then there's times where I'm like, I had this one client. I bet they'd like it if I created one of these. And I'll create the painting and I'll send them a message. Hey, I happen to have a painting that kind of would look good in your home. Just like a little poke, not telling them, hey, we should come over here and buy this. I never do that. I've never been like that. I never wanted to get to the point where like, hey, you need to come over here and buy something. I've never been like that. It's more they come here and they see so many things for them to pick from. And I just make sure, I create things out. Like, if this client doesn't buy this one, they're definitely going to come here and look at this one. And I have in the past where I knew a certain client was going to show up. I'll stage the gallery to where I'll move all the other paintings out of the way and put like the main one right on the center wall and put another one next to it. So whenever they show up, it's like, Johnny, I know what you're doing. And it was like, hey, I feel like a car salesman doing that. Put all the perfect cars that they probably would pick out. And it works.
Well, I mean, that's really great business advice to anyone in Visionary Nation is know your target audience.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, Michael, I know there is a plastic bag there of
Well,
tricks and things.
before we do that, let's go ahead and talk about the Executive Association of Kern County's trade show that's happening next Thursday, a week from today, at Stockdale Country Club from 4 to 7. We're going to be there, Visionary Nation. You want to be there as well. We're going to have all kinds of different booths and whatnot going to be there, but more importantly, we're also going to have 3 fantastic guests. We're going to have Scott Garrison with Planned Exits there, who's going to help talk about how to go through and prepare your business for when you leave your business and hopefully sell it for more than it's worth. We're also going to have AJ Anton Giovanni there, the president of Mission Bank. He's going to be talking about the financial forecast for the next year for business and Kern County. And finally, we're going to have Johnny Backlini there. And this is a gentleman that's left, he immigrated to the United States from war-torn Lebanon. He now owns more than 40 restaurants in 3 states. So this is a fantastic event that Visionary Nation, you're more than welcome to come and join us. The tickets are $10 a piece, but if you know a guy, you can go ahead and get those tickets for free. So go ahead and reach out to us on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram, and we'll go ahead and get you all set up. It's next Thursday, so we won't be doing a live meat and potatoes then because we'll be there at the trade show. If you come, flag us down. We'll make sure we promote your business by sharing your posts on social media. And also, you also want to check out, if you haven't already, the main show, Small Business Celebration. This week's guest, that's not it.
Oh.
Wrong slide, but you've got to go ahead and check out this week's guest. He's the owner of a Mission...
Family Mortuary.
Family Mortuary, and it's Kenny Mount. And if your name sounds familiar, it's because this fine gentleman here referred him to us, and it's a fantastic episode. If you don't know how to sell, if you're uncomfortable selling, this is the episode for you. Now, the last couple episodes, Emily has had a game for our guests. But we weren't going to go through and torture Johnny with this because he's been good enough to help us through several other things. So I'm going to torture somebody else instead.
That's me.
Emily knows this is coming. So for Visionaries, if you haven't watched it yet, the second highest viewed episode on Small Business Celebration so far is producer Emily. And she has gone through, and her episode has been absolutely fantastic. But we've been getting a lot of feedback from her episode. In fact, your brother called your intro, what do you call it? Very bass. And why did he call what you said very bass?
Because I said you kill your baby.
You know that your baby is ugly.
And kill your baby.
Your baby is ugly. And for Visionaries, Emily, you're going to have to look in the camera and explain to them, why did you say that people's businesses, their baby is ugly?
Because sometimes you guys can't take constructive criticism, and that makes it very difficult to move on. And your baby could grow up to be very pretty if you help it along, but you got to help it, and that's my 2 cents.
So for that, we have made for producer Emily her very own shirts. When the producer says your baby is ugly, that's not mean, it's constructive. So we have made these here, and Visionaries, we are giving 2 more of these away. So if you want your very own t-shirt telling other Visionaries that their baby is ugly, go ahead and comment, the first 2 to comment in the comment section here on YouTube that they want your baby is ugly shirt. Let us know. We'll follow up later. And yes, I also have a personal goal. Every day, I try to make Emily laugh so hard she snorts.
It's very mean of him.
And she just did. Congratulations! Go ahead and comment that here on our YouTube channel if you want your Baby is Ugly shirt, courtesy of producer Emily. We won't be here next Thursday, but the Thursday after. We'll see you next week here on Small Business Celebration Meat and Potatoes. See you then.